We are live. Hey guys, how are you today? I hope you are having fun and I know you guys are about to take your lunch. And so this is perfect. Just hang on with us and today, we're here at MDF Studio and we're going to know more about that. But more importantly, we have a special guest for today for you guys, for you future entrepreneurs, for you guys who want to start their businesses. This is
Game changers.
They're game changers, right? The 9 to 5 entrepreneurs
And monsters.
and monsters.
We all have our monsters within.
Yeah.
All right.
So, guys, let me just introduce you to Margo Frasco. Hi, Margo.
How are you?
Hey.
We're
guys.
good. We're
Good.
good.
Welcome to the big picture.
Welcome to the big
Woo!
picture.
Big picture.
And you know what, guys?
Exciting.
Here in the big picture, we would like to help you see
Think
and act big. All right, so hang on to your seats as as we move forward. Margo, for those people who probably heard about you, like, for the few people who doesn't know much about you, can you share to us a little bit of your story?
A little bit.
Oh, yeah, like your
prob-
projects also.
Maybe who. So hi guys, my name is Margo. The MDF is basically my initials.
Oh, really?
It's
quite obvious.
Difficult, no? So difficult. So yeah. What was the question?
No, it's like
It's
th-
about you.
think about like,
Me.
what
What do I offer in this industry? Basically, I started this business because I believed in our local talents and to support our local talents and to have the avenue where people can actually express themselves. So we call this place the core.
Yes.
It's actually an acronym. It's calm oneself and calm oneself, release energy. So yeah, so we want this place to be your haven to express yourself however way you want it to be.
Okay, walk us through like your the earliest experience were you to entrepreneurship to business.
I think I was born into it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's
Tell
interesting.
us about
That-
that.
Tell, tell us about that.
I think from the time I started opening my eyes or taking
You're
a
already on it.
breath, I was like, it was already there. Knock on wood. My family owned a bakery, so
Yeah.
um,
A very famous one in Cebu,
Yeah.
of course.
I think we work hard for it. I think my grandmother, my parents, my great grandparents really worked hard for it.
Started for what? Like
Uh, 1907.
1907.
So
It's
been
like what?
around for
Over 100 years.
over 100 years. So ever since I could remember, my grandmother always talked to me about saving money, investing.
Yeah.
I can remember watching World Tonight like at 10 o'clock, and
World
still,
Tonight.
7 or 6 years old, and she would always tell me, invest your money and never take away the principal, just take away the interest, and that's the money you want to spend. Like at 9 years old, come on, man. I was like, what? I want to go play outside, but again, I was born into it.
All right. So like the business is there and you have a strong like role models, your mentors already.
Yes.
What is it like to grow up into that? Is it like a difficult or is like do you kind of like does it take away your
Were you
childhood?
the
basically?
rebel
You know,
or
I think we were just really fortunate. My brother and I and my cousins. I think we were really really fortunate because our parents or grandparents never really forced us to run the business. They basically wanted us to live our own individual lives. So we're really blessed. And even for me, like I grew up in the US, and at the time I hit 30 or was it 29, I was like unbelievable. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back home and I'm gonna help out.
You-
serve?
So it's like you're
Yeah.
drawn
It,
back to
it
that
wasn't
light.
it was amazing. I don't know. I can't recall why I end up saying let's just go home. Let's just try Cebu because they never really told me, go, you need to help with the business. Go, you need to
Yeah.
do this. It was like I think it just came instinctly and it just came in time that I knew that what I needed to do deep down.
Right.
Because, even until now I still get amazed that I'm here.
Yeah.
Because I grew up back home. I've been there since I was 8 or 7. So my high school, elementary, college life, adult life was there. And then for some reason it snapped, and within one day
We're here.
I'm here.
Right.
So everything was just aligned.
So when you came back, you basically started like again.
Honestly,
Or
when I came back here, I remember it was so difficult for me.
Why?
Because I don't have classmates. Like I
Your
don't,
connections are in the
you know, like my family and I would say my friends that you grew up with are back back there. So
New life for you.
completely new life. And then people that I'm with are staff. You
right.
know, I mean they are family, but they're not like your classmates, and your friends are the one that you turn to. You know, when you need advice. And not that I didn't have friends here. Also, it was just more of like starting fresh.
Right.
You know, so of course, just like a new person into the business, you kind of have to observe first before changing anything, because then you wouldn't know what to change if you didn't set yourself aside and look at the bigger picture.
So
Right.
yeah, the bigger picture, right?
Yeah.
So you were in
There
it.
you go, bigger
Yeah.
picture.
So you were in it to change something, or was that at the
Um,
back of your mind already?
I wasn't in it to change anything. I was in it to help the business.
Right.
Like I never told myself you're gonna change anything. I think it just came along that
Ideas came in.
you just want to better the business. I mean, it's just naturally what you want to have your business to go to is to make it better. I mean,
Yeah.
not stable and content.
So
I'm
this-
I'm curious about that, by the way.
Yeah, this
So
is
how-
100-year-old,
yeah,
100-year-old, over a century
Traditional-
tradition.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
especially for Cebuanos, especially for people who like. I remember I could not remember like a time where I would not pass by the
Thank
bakery.
you. You know, every time-
I'm traveling from the
We're
north of
talking
Cebu
about
to,
Titay's,
Yeah, I'm
by the
talking
way.
about
We
Titay's, right?
if you don't
Like,
know what we're talking about.
we're so excited. There's like this child. I remember as a child, like, oh, we're gonna go there, and we're gonna buy this like goodies that we always bring home and
know-
share with the family.
you know,
This is really a
honestly,
tradition.
honestly, like every time, see, I get teary eyed. Like I get so emotional because, it's like it's look at me. I'm gonna start crying. What's going on?
Tissues.
You know, it's like because it's like I know like how much my family like worked hard on it, and for me, like I knew the business was there, but I didn't really know on how much people, it was like a history that was like part of them, so when people tell me things like this, it's like I didn't know, but
Yeah.
now when you say things like that, I was like, wow, like
Yeah.
Humble beginnings,
yeah,
right?
like like the business really made an impact on
It's
people.
part of our, like, for me who's traveling from north of Cebu to the city. It's part of our like stopover. Like it's like if you're hungry, like don't worry, we're like few kilometers from Titay's, okay? So
And
that's
for me,
true.
it's like the
That
bus
is true.
stop or something.
Like
But-
that is
break.
true. Like
it's such a
Mm.
it's a big deal to me, because then even though I haven't met you, it's like
Yeah.
we already had that connection.
yes.
Because like Titay's will always be part of me, and then you being there also made that connection with me, even though we didn't literally met, Baba. But
I just
For some
visited there like
reason-
few days ago. Like I went to the north and my kids are like hungry. I said like it's okay. Titay's is around the corner, so we're gonna stop over.
Thank you.
It's something that like it's part. I guess for me, who's coming from
we
the
talk
north.
about this concept, Joe. Linchpin, was it?
Yeah,
if
linchpin.
If you remove some, what was that? Is that if
Yeah.
you
So
can-
the idea of linchpin, folks, is that like think about something in your life, and if you remove it, you will look for it. And the reason why you look for it is because it has made so much impact in your life. So things
imagine
like
one day
things like
Titay's will be
Titay's,
gone.
right? Think of Titay's. Like if it's not part of the road, like you look for it, and
Yes.
that's exactly what happened to us who are like traveling.
It's actually very emotional. Like what is
No,
it?
I'm not saying this because you're there. It's just this. I'm just describing the experience for me. Like for me, who is coming. I was born in the northern part of Bugo. It's like 100 kilometers from here, and so back then we were still like traveling on a bus. And I don't know if you were part of this. I would show how old I am, right? Like sometimes the bus would stop, and we have to like the guy who drives it would have to pull like a string so that it would start all over again.
What?
Is that a bumboat?
I don't know what it is, but it's like you have to, it has to like restart like something. But and then we always go there, and then we always stop this store, and it's very famous, like very famous. And then when we go back from Cebu to Bogo, where we're at, they would always ask for like, what did you get for us? And we would always bring this big bread, you know,
Like a round
the
bread.
brown bread with the Titay's brand on it. And so it becomes like a household thing that whenever you travel to Cebu, you always bring something that's from your bakery. So I'm just sharing something. And it's not just because you're here, but like if Like, you know,
You sure?
that's
You
part
sure?
of our tradition. I'm pretty sure a lot of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Filipinos who are traveling that road, they know, and they've experienced your bakery.
Yeah, I'm curious about the thing that you want to improve on the
Right.
business,
Yeah.
Yes.
especially on the digital age, right? This business has I've seen through 100 years already, right? Over.
It passed through World War II, right?
Yeah, like World War II
Yeah.
ended what
95,
1943,
45. Yeah.
45.
Yeah.
So it was already there. Um,
So how do you like adapt to the times? How can you be consistent and
I always say we've been around for so long, knock on wood, but there's always changes that can't never be applied instantly. I remember when I first came here, um, back home, everything is so punctual. Like let's just even consider the time alone. Um, look at me, I'm late. So
they don't know?
no, late with the juko kay goodbye. So back home, like I woke up one day and I got out. I'm like, wait, it's supposed to start at 8 o'clock, but people are still strolling in. This is just one aspect ng ba. Um, and then I woke up again the next day. I'm like, wait a minute, it's the same thing. It's like, where's the um, training part for the person? Because it starts there, ba. So that's the first aspect that I actually wanted to turn around. So if 8 o'clock is 8 o'clock, 8:05, 8:01, you're already late. And sometimes it's really hard to teach an old dog new tricks, knowing that majority of our employees are twice my age, or 15 years older than me, or 20 years older than me, and it's just wasn't really practiced ba. So I would have to talk to them and says, you know what, if you can take your kids to school at the same time every single day, why can't you practice yourself coming to work at the same time every single day? They're like, oh, because we have to do this. And I go, well, that's a reason naman. It's like, you have to start there, you know? And then once you start there, then you can progress to something better. But I'm telling you, being a 100-year-old business is, gosh, we're still learning.
Wow,
We're
that's
still learning. I mean,
very
we're not like
powerful.
any other companies out there who are like, that they've hit the max now. They've hit the ceiling to improvement. I can tell you, we have many, 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 many more years to improve the business, and I think it just comes naturally with every other business out there.
Yeah. What do you think is like, it's very difficult for a business to exist for over 100 years. What do you think is like I would say the
Secret
strong
recipe.
points of your
Why?
secret recipe?
Why? I think it's just not the recipe.
Yeah, go
It
for
will
it.
never just be the recipe. It's how you treat your product. And first, I always tell my employees that during Christmas, I always say, you know what? If it wasn't for you, we will not be here, and
Mm,
vice versa.
yeah, that's
Because
true.
they start they're oh my goodness, getting emotional again. It's true. It's true. Like you really need to connect, because if you don't have that connection, your products will not exceed.
Right.
If you don't believe in your employees, if you don't treat your employees well, how can you believe that your products will just move
Right.
forward? You can't. But of course there's a lot of effort, there's a lot of thinking into it. But I really believe it really needs to start internally
Yeah.
before you need to take your products outside.
Yeah. It's really cool. And so like these are probably things that like your grandmother and your mother has like that. It's also a tradition like keeping. You said a while ago that like when you're here you're with staff, but they're also family.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that can like that gave me a hint like, hey, do you like, is that the connection that you're always building with your people?
Yes, but sometimes it's hard because sometimes they feel na their family.
Right.
So it's a very thin line. It's a very thin line from being too comfortable and
Right.
being professional.
Yeah.
But I think that's just a very second nature here in the
But that's very
Philippines.
Filipino.
Very, very.
Yeah.
It's like the culture. So when you try to change something like that, you're befriended your staff, and then um, they kind of take advantage na,
Right,
because
right.
they know na nga they can,
Yeah, yeah.
because it's just they're just too comfortable.
Right.
So then you start to take that barrier down,
Yeah.
and then you just have to make them understand.
Th-
Let's consider that you are the employee and I am the employer. S- being a little bit more
Setting a
appreciative.
little bit of roles, yeah, and
Correct,
boundaries,
correct.
yeah.
Yes,
and
yes.
and but then there's that's you're also saying that that's also a strength of the organization basically.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think because we consider everyone who work for the company as family.
Right.
But again, that might be the tough part to it, because once they feel too comfortable, then it's hard
Right.
to take that
Exactly.
away. So I think it's just, it's different in every situation.
Mm.
So there's some staff who are very complacent, and there's some staff who are just too abusado.
And they need the talk. They need the talk.
So I was like, well, I can't really generalize everyone.
Mm.
So it's just, you just have to take it one step at a time.
Okay.
Yeah. How many employees are we talking about here, by the
Close
way?
to 300.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's a lot.
amazing.
That's a lot.
Right.
That's a lot.
So-
and majority of that are in production,
Yeah.
And
So a lot of those people you can't see in the store, basically. Because
no.
they're the one generating the food.
Yes, they're the one that's making
Creating
the
the
food,
food.
selling the food,
Yeah.
making the food. Yep.
Yeah, awesome. So you obviously like branch to different field, right?
Yes.
So MDF, and now you're working on
Me.
another
So,
one. Can you
for-
talk about
For
that?
me, I would say Titay's is a family business.
Yes.
But I don't. I think I'm so proud of my brother and my cousins, is that we don't rely on Titay's
Yeah.
itself.
Yes.
We don't want to consider Titay's as our safety net,
Yes.
even though it got us to where we are today. But we can't rely that it's there. So again, I'm so proud of
That's
our
your
family.
the legacy.
Yes, because we try to branch out and try to be our own individual.
So how, like, just a quick question, because a lot of people, it's easy. Like if you have something that's household name and a lot of people knows about it, it's obviously like part of Cebu history. It's easy to be complacent and say, "Hey, I'm set for life," right? Where is that coming from? What you just describe as like, "Hey, we also don't see it as a safety net," because it's easy to see it that way.
I think it just comes from the individual itself.
Mm.
If you want to be complacent and say, "Oh, the business is here and it's going to take care of me for the rest of my life," then what individuality will you have?
Right.
Like, I mean, the business is there, but what can you do for yourself?
Yeah.
Who are you? Are you really that company? I mean, you're there. Everybody is there to help it out.
Right.
But is that really who you are? And
Yeah.
if it is, then great. But if it's not, then evolve yourself.
Right.
Find something that is really who you are
Right.
and create it and expand it.
Yeah. So like MDF and like I think the
Yeah.
production company
Yeah.
is more of like their expression, your personal expression.
Yeah.
Okay.
I took theater when I was back home.
Okay.
I've always loved arts. I've always loved creative. And I was actually just telling Jen, we had a discussion yesterday, and I go, it's amazing. You come to sit down and then you realize that your family is basically a creative family. Like we're in the arts, we're in the field of creating things and making things come alive. So when I finally realized, it's like, you know what? Why not create an avenue where you can actually have a place and have everyone come there, not just for dancing, for singing, for acting, but like everything around it. Like there's just so many things that you can do in just one space. Create
Right.
it. So I decided, it's like, why not? Let's do that. So I took a chance on creating my own production company, because I like to produce. Again, the word production, there's a word produce to it.
Yeah.
So just like Titay's, you produce something. We're a production company. We're a factory. So just like here, we make something also. It's not cookies. It's not edible, but it's an outcome where people are happy to see it, and you take them for that moment where you take them out of their world and you make them come into your world. That's the best part. You make them lost in a way into your own world and how they perceive the arts.
So tell us about your productions currently.
For me, this place, I believe it's starting to be a foundation. Because for anyone that wants to use it, whether I really think it's already so economical. Um, Whatever group that wants to come in here and they want to go ahead and use it for whatever reason, I really don't mind. I don't judge. Please use it. So I was like, go ahead, come in here and express yourself for whatever it is. I won't judge you.
Yeah. Recently you're into events also. Let's talk about that.
The monster one.
Yeah.
No, I think
know.
you had like a concert with
Yeah, that was instantaneous host. I was like totally shocked. Like I was like, what's going on? I have to get in front of thousands of people. And
right. Yeah, go for it.
I've never done that before. But I'm very happy that Wish believed in me to actually do that. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna be a host in front of Moira's concert. What's going on?
Right.
But you have to courage up, just like everything else, just like this, just like anything. If you want to start up something, you just literally have to push yourself and believe.
What's the hardest thing so far? Like venturing into something that you're passionate about. What's the hardest thing so far that you've
Your
experienced?
ROI.
Yeah,
Because you
everybody's
never know. You
right.
never know. I mean, it's a chance. Again, creating your own business is something that you're gonna have to step forward and you don't know how deep the water is. But if you really believe in your business and it will grow, it will grow.
Yeah.
But if you're just stagnant and you don't really believe in it, like you're 50-50, oh, I don't know, I don't really believe in it, then it will not grow. So, and for me, no, it's like you can't really just rely on the money itself. Because if you don't invest in it, then you can't get anything in return.
Yeah.
But of course, just like my cousin said, Jen, you can't
Hi,
always be
Jen.
giving out money. You can't always be shelling out money. It's like you always have to have the ROI. Yes, the ROI will come, but you have to build the name of your company.
Yeah.
It's normal. It's normal. You have to take that risk.
Let's look at that a little bit. When you say you build the name of the company, like what are the ways in which you're doing that?
Helping out the community.
Right.
Getting it out there that this is a place where it's where you can really literally, I mean, it sounds like redundant, but where you can express yourself.
Yeah.
It's not just like, I like to say that this is not a studio. This is like basically a place to hang out.
Right.
Like if you just want to chill here and just have your coffee, buy your coffee somewhere else and come here and just whatever, then go for it. Like, that's why I really want this place. Like, what saddens me is when there's nothing here.
Mm.
Like, I don't care if it's free, just come here and just use it.
Yeah.
Because why did I create this space? It's because to get it filled.
Right.
So when it's empty, it's like it breaks my heart. Like,
Yeah.
So if you can't afford it, please just come here and talk and tell me that you can't afford it. You can't, I mean,
Yeah.
Eventually I want to earn an income.
Yeah.
But slowly. Like I'm not in it to make millions.
All right. So what kind of marketing are you doing right now for this one?
Actually, I really rely on word of mouth.
As we can see.
Yes, because I think just like any company, you have to test out the product. You can, if it's on social media, if it's on television, it's on newspaper, radio, if they don't experience what you're trying to sell, then they would never know. It's basically just an idea. So you come in here, you take a look at the place, you test the floor, you see it, you feel it. Then once you feel like this is the place for you, then you keep coming back. It's just like, food. If you like the food, you're gonna keep coming back. But if you're gonna say,
Right.
oh, it's good, but it's might not be good for you. So it's like the experience that you have to feel. So it's not like I don't really rely on excuse me, on the media itself, because I want you to be invited to come in here and feel it. And if you don't like it, well, then I can't please everyone. But
Right.
if it's for you, then you're gonna keep coming back.
Um, who are the people that you think like is like going to be attracted to what you're building?
The creative industry.
Mm.
Our floor is basically just not an ordinary floor. It's a bouncy floor. And one of the reasons why I also wanted this place is that I have a lot of friends who are dancers, ba.
Mm.
And I feel like a lot of Filipinos are very into the arts, ba.
Mm.
And then I see them like rehearsing on the side of the street. It's like, why? Why not create an avenue for the people
Right.
out there, no? And that's why our prices are so affordable, naman, because it's like, why would I create a place where only the A and B or
Right.
the people up here can afford it? Why? Why can't we have a place where everybody can afford it?
Yeah.
Why segregate those who can't and those who can? So let's have a place where everybody can come and enjoy the place.
So
You have it, no? For those who are creative and want to
yeah,
check it out, the
check
place.
it out.
Yes, please.
You will be speaking to the Onpoint Summit, right? This coming November
Yes,
30.
On point. My gosh, my cousin is, giving me a heartache, but I will do anything for her. I can't say no. I can't say no to Jen.
Yeah.
So please come November 30th on Summit at SM Trade Hall.
What can people expect?
from that, yeah.
Yeah.
I am designated to talk about passion and work. And I think I've already expressed that here now. Because without passion, then there is no work. And without
Right.
work, there is no passion. It somewhat comes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not 50-50. Sometimes there's something that it will always overlap.
Yeah.
But you gotta keep it somewhat leveled.
Yeah, we got
if
this
possible.
question a lot of times. No, what is how can you find out your passion? How can
It-
I find it out? Like,
How do
is
you?
there a formula or what?
No, for me, it's what I want to do. It's like when I wake up in the morning and it's what I want to do. It's like I can never see myself being a doctor, or I can never see myself being a surgeon or a mechanic, because that's something that I don't have a passion about. And I envy those people who wants to be doctors, who are mechanics, who are computer techies. Like, but that's not who I am, and that's not how I'm built. But what I'm built is to basically entertain. So I know that's innate for me, that I want. That's my passion. Like, I want to be able to express to you and show you that there is that creative side of people. So I feel like if it's what you want and you know it's what you need, then that is your
Yeah.
passion.
All right.
Yeah, Margo, you're obviously very passionate.
I'm so passionate,
I'm
no?
pretty
I'm just like-
sure
Yeah.
people who are, people who are watching this could feel that, across, the internet,
camera.
the camera.
I basically just want to be real. I think this is the reason why
You
I have this
are.
chair like
You
this.
are so real.
Yeah.
I was like,
Because
yeah,
I just want to keep it like
I actually
totally
told you, like,
chill.
no, don't do that.
He
But
did,
that's
he
really
did, he
you.
did.
That's really you, and I really like it. So, yeah, it's just so fun. So much fun talking to you, Margo.
Thank you.
We will not let you go yet
Oh
because,
yeah, no, I'm here.
we- no, not yet. Not yet. Yeah, takeaway first. Takeaway. So
Alright.
we usually talk about takeaways. What we've learned from you in this conversation. Okay, so
Cool.
obviously, you're,
All right,
as
so-
usual, who's gonna go first, Dave?
So okay, so for me, it's individualism. I like that answer because you can start any business. Actually, you can franchise or whatever, but if you don't have that that piece of you in that business, I think it's gonna not gonna be lasting, and someday you're gonna wake up and it's not for me. So yeah, put that piece of you in your business or make that out of your passion. So that's it.
Yeah. So first, a couple of things like I'm just I would say so happy that I meet someone who has been part of that legacy that I go through. Right. It's just fun. The second thing is I like the fact that you have this attitude of like that's not gonna be my fallback plan. I'm gonna define my own path also. Like at the same time, you're proud of your legacy, but at the same time, you understand that you are here to carve something like yeah and produce and be creative and produce something that people would benefit from, right? And I really like that in one of our challenges for the 9 to 5 entrepreneurs, I talk about the your rich aunt, and basically it says like who's your fallback plan, because if as long as you always have that fallback plan, and
Never grow.
you'll never grow, you'll never take
Yes.
risk. And you know what, a lot of people are like that, even though they don't in one of our calls with our friends and with our clients, basically that the person said, I don't have a fallback plan. And I said, like, sometimes even as easy as like buying a lotto can be a fallback plan. You know what I'm saying? Like um that idea that someone else will save you, will just stop you from moving forward. And I really like that because you're very firm with that. So yeah, I'd like to welcome people who are starting their own, they're carving their own path. Yeah.
I'm saving you guys.
No one's gonna save you. You're
Except
gonna have to do
yourself.
it. You're gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
All right.
And always remember, I guess you're on borrowed time. So, if you feel like you need to do something now, do it now, because everybody's gonna be just behind you, and somebody wants to be ahead of everyone all the time. And
Yeah, that's so true.
80 years on this planet might seem long, but it's only 80 years.
Yeah.
So
So true.
so short.
Most out of it.
Make the most. It's literally the rule.
Okay, so before we move to the next section of our, can you talk a little bit about monsters?
Oi!
Yes.
Monsters actually. It's a musical that's gonna be playing. Actually, it's gonna be staged at SMC side November 16th and 17th. We have two shows, 2 p.m. and an 8 p.m. It's all local talents. It's directed and written by Jude Gitamundoc
Yes.
on the
Hi, Jude.
songs of Katsuki, all local artists again. It's the reason why it's monsters is because we all have the monsters within us, no?
Right.
And then we have to let it out and we have to just share it to the world in order for it to be accepted in a way.
Yeah.
I guess the line to it, uh, the clue to monsters is love wins.
Awesome. Yeah.
Love
Exciting,
wins. No matter
exciting.
what,
Yeah.
love wins.
Very
So,
intriguing. You should
I'm-
check it out, guys.
Yes, please
Yes.
come over. Again, staging at SM Seaside, November 16 and 17. We have 2 shows per day, 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. Please come and watch Monsters the Musical.
So we're gonna post the link in the comment section for this video, so you can just check it out later. Just do a good click and a second
Share
click
it
for
if you're-
going and share it. All right.
Share it if
Yeah.
you want to go.
Because this is local, right?
Yes,
And
definitely
it's really
local.
yeah.
It's for Cebu.
It's for Cebu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Margo. No, we're not. Again, we're not gonna let you do that easy. We're not done yet. Yeah. We're now gonna go to our lightning round. So the lightning round, for those who just tuned in, is a way for our audience to get to know you more. There's a series of questions that you should answer in the shortest
In a
way
lightning
possible.
way.
In a lightning
All
way.
right,
Okay.
Cool. It's
Okay. So let's start with
challenging.
the first question. Who or what inspires you?
My family.
Okay, that's good.
Question.
Do you
This
can?
is one answer
Yeah,
only,
yeah,
right?
it's okay. Do
Okay.
you have?
You can
You can
elaborate a little bit.
expound a bit if you
You want to
like.
elaborate? Expand?
Why my family? Because they're the one that basically raised me who I am today and made me who I am today. Without them, I would not be here. Would not have this place. If nobody else believes in you, it's your family that will always be there.
Right.
Love that.
Cool.
Do you have like a morning routine?
Yes, I go to my Saint Vincent and I always say thank you for another day.
Awesome.
I go to my saints that
Yeah.
I have in my house before I wake up, before I go to bed, before I leave the house, and I say thank you for everything.
Yeah, and I
Right.
actually saw you go to your Santorini
Yes,
earlier when you
of
arrived.
course.
Amazing.
We always, want to give praise and be grateful.
All right. Is there any book, shows, resources that you can recommend to our audience that you think would inspire them? What would it be?
What's his name? Warren Buffett is actually my hero.
Right.
Because he's a multi-billionaire in the U.S. It's either him or Bill Gates, and I believe he's very humble and very down to earth and very appreciative with his staff all over the world. So for me, it's like I recommend any books that Warren Buffett has written. Yes, so definitely read Warren Buffett.
Do you consider yourself successful?
No. No, not yet. I think I will know and I will feel that I am successful once I'm on my deathbed, because that's probably the time when I'm going to be realizing and contemplating what I've done in my life. So no, I am not yet successful.
So there are people who are watching this or will watch the replay for this one or the actual podcast. They will be listening to this and they feel that they're stuck, right? Like in whatever area, they're probably in business, but they feel stuck, or they're probably working in a 9 to 5. They feel stuck because they want to do something else. What advice can you give to them?
Do what you want to do. If you're not happy in what you're doing now, whatever you're doing, don't. You're again on borrowed time. And if you don't feel like you're happy in one area, move on. If you don't like your job, there's a million jobs out there that you can probably make you happy. So move on and just get on it and just do it.
Right.
And of course, where can people find you? More
Everywhere.
about you. Just Google her or something like
Just-
that.
Google your name.
No, I think I'm in every coffee shop in Cebu. So if not,
Like,
here-
what's the best way to contact your? If you want to be
Would
contacted,
you want my number? Because I'm an open book. Like I told these two. Here's my number: 0917-322-1907. So call me if you need anything or whatever.
There you go.
Wow.
If you just want to have a cup of coffee, please. I don't mind.
I couldn't believe you just shared your number to the
Yeah,
public.
no, that's again 0917-322-1907.
All right, guys.
Doesn't matter.
Call the number as long as it's
Of
in,
In middle of the night.
In the middle of the
I
night?
don't care.
You're gonna be
Wow,
3 a.m.
I love her. I love
Yeah.
her passion.
Like
All
that,
right, and of
like-
course, visit MDF Production here. And
Yes.
what's the name of the building again?
FLC.
FLC.
FLC. Yes,
Center,
it's yeah.
And
You can search it.
Monsters. Yeah.
And Monsters
Yeah.
November
on-
16
and
in and 17 SMC side.
Yes.
On Point, of course. We have
On
Jen here.
Point.
Hi,
Yes.
Jen.
We're gonna
Jen.
post the link for On Point also. So Jen
Yes,
is helping
November
us out.
30th event. And what else?
And November
Titay's,
30, yeah.
of course.
Titay's, yeah.
Titay.
Yes, please try it out if you haven't.
November
Yes.
30 for On Point. Where can they get the tickets, Jen? Just we're gonna send the
By
link.
the way,
Yeah,
Jen,
yeah,
Jen
we will
is
have-
just joking.
We should have an affiliate for this. Just kidding.
We do have.
We do have. Okay,
Yeah, we
we'll
have.
send out link.
We have
Yes.
affiliates. And where are we a media partner? Am I putting you in the spot? We are a media partner. The big picture is a media partner.
Yes.
So it's awesome. Thank you,
Thank you
Margo.
so much.
Thank
We
you, On
enjoyed it.
Point.
Amazing.
You know, for doing this. And
Thank you.
guys, again, you can watch the replay. To a lot of values that you can get from this episode, as well as Margo's personal number for
Amazing.
for a lot of advice, business, relationship,
I
art.
hope I did some, some good advice.
Good
Yeah,
advice.
really
Good
good
advice.
I
It's
hope.
really good. Good.
Thank
It's re-
you.
Like it's we can really feel how passionate about you are about these things, and about what you're doing, and about life in general. So I really like it. I love the energy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for watching the Big Picture podcast. Please go to facebook.com/the Big
Big
Picture.
Picture,
If you want to go to and find out what we're doing. We also have a community in the Big Picture podcast, as well as the website is thebigpicture.ph.
Yes, and you'll find the show notes on when we have the number.
Yes,
when we
you have
share
the
it.
number.
Yeah, and you want to learn more about starting your business and all of that. We also have our new project going on, which is called 9 to 5
It's hot.
Entrepreneurs.
9 to 5
Yeah,
entrepreneurs.
so you will hear a lot about it when you join the groups and of course the podcast. So
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Thank you, guys. Goodbye. It has been Joe
Dave
and
and
Margo saying goodbye for now.